We're back with the Coca-Cola coffee because I am running on 3+ days without sleep. So, cheers. Hi, go. Before the video starts, I want to give a shout out to my homeboy Will. He's a friend from back home, back in Dallas, from high school. He actually messaged me yesterday on Facebook saying that he actually watches my videos and that he likes them. So, Will, this one's for you, dog.
Warning, from this moment forward, I will rant about the topic mentioned in the title using an infinite amount of curse words, so be prepared.
Spanish TV, we gotta love it. It gave us Sábado Gigante, it gave us Cristina, it gave us Laura, Caso Cerrado, shit, Platanito, everything. So, but there is one downside to Spanish TV, and I'm mainly going for my Spanish speakers here. You might be speaking English and you can speak Spanish too, but this mainly goes out to my Mexicans, Colombians, Cubans, mainly Hispanics. But the one downside to Spanish TV is when they put English movies in there, when they put American movies. Those fucking titles they give them are not accurate. For example, just 2 days ago, my mom was watching a movie on Unimas, Telefutura, whatever the fuck you want to call that channel. And she didn't know the name of the title. I didn't either. I after some research, it's called What to Expect When You're Expecting, with J-Lo, Chris Rock, Cameron Diaz, and a lot of fuckers. But I can't remember exactly the title name, but it did not translate to What to Expect When You're Expecting. In Spanish, it translates to ¿Qué esperar cuando estás esperando? And it did not say that on the title. It said some, if I can remember right, it said some shit about parents not knowing how to be, some bullshit that has nothing to do with the actual title itself. And that got me thinking, there is a lot of fucking movies in Spanish that don't make any sense title wise. Like Bad Boys 2 in Spanish, when it comes out on Telemundo or Unimas or whatever, they call it Dos Policías Rebeldes, 2 rebel cops. I mean, I get it, they don't always follow orders, but that doesn't really kind of go. Bad Boys translates to Chicos Malos. Yes, there's always a downside to our beautiful language. But you still gotta love it. But the same thing can be said about Mexican movies translating to English. For example, a few years ago, one of my most favorite movies of all time came out. It's called Un Gallo con Muchos Huevos. That's actually, in Spanish, it translates to a rooster with a lot of eggs, but in Spanish, it's saying like a rooster has a lot of balls. I can't fucking say it with a straight face. Because that movie has a lot of adult jokes. Like, out the ass. Like, the movie shouldn't even be rated PG. I think it's rated PG. It should be rated R. Because it has so many fucking adult jokes that I kid you not. It has more dirty jokes than all the DreamWorks movies, animated DreamWorks movies put together. That's how fucking adult it is. Anyway, in English, it's called Big Rooster Excellent Adventure. Yes, EGG. Excellent Adventure. What the fuck? Who was the pendejo who came up with that fucking title? You could have just easily called it fuck, I can't say it. A rooster with a lot of balls. Simple. I mean, I think in the US it did get a PG-13 rating, but in Mexico it got like a little kid rating. That's how fucking bad-mouthed we are. I know I'm not the only one who's fucking noticed this in movies before. All you Spanish speakers have at least seen a movie in Unimas at least once, and you just fucking know that it did not have the right title. Prove me wrong, fucker. Another movie that doesn't really translate good to English is Amores Perros. I'm gonna give a brief overview about the movie. It's pretty much the main plot line of the movie is dogfights. I haven't seen this movie in over 10 years, so it might be a little faded out. But it's a guy who's a dog fighter who I think falls in love, and it's just think about a gang movie, except instead of a gang, it's dog fighting. In Spanish, it's called Amores Perros. In English, they call it Life's a Bitch or Love is a Bitch. One of the two. I can't remember. I think it's Love is a Bitch. But I can see why they would call it that, because Amor es Perros, even though it's called Amores, it literally translates to loves dogs. So if you would call a movie that loves dogs, you sure as fuck won't put dog fighting scenes in a movie. So I can understand why they changed it. Another reason why they might have changed it is because amor es, love is, and another word for perra is bitch. Love is a bitch, so at least that has some connectivity. But not like the other fucking movies I just mentioned. Come on. At least give it a title that connects to the Spanish. Like Amores Perros, which is one of the best movies ever. There's nothing I can do about it though. So, only thing I can do is just bitch and moan and rant and ramble, which is what I always fucking do in these videos. And apparently you assholes love it, because I still have 14 subscribers and it never went down. So, you like me complaining about shit. So, thank you. I just never fucking understand why they just can't name it the literal translation. I mean, yeah, it might sound stupid, but if you're, for example, if you're a Spanish speaker and an English speaker, doesn't really matter what you speak the most of, but you see a movie on Telefutura, Telemundo, Unimás, whatever fucking station it is, and you like the movie, you check your TV guide to see what it's called. You translate that fucking name in English, and it brings up some fucking movie from like Switzerland or something that has no vowels in the fucking title. That actually happened to me once before. I honest to God can't remember which movie it was, but I was like, oh, this fucking movie looks badass. I was like, okay, that's what it's called. So I typed it in Google, and I shit you not, the first two fucking results that popped up. The first one was that Swedish movie, or Norwegian, one of those fucking countries. The second one was a porn site. So I don't know what the fuck I was getting into. I mean, being a guy, I checked out the porno. It really wasn't that good. But I actually had to look up the fucking actors, look up when the movie was made, and like I said, I don't remember the movie, but I was like, this is the most fucking easy ass name for a movie. Oh, I remember now. The Watch. It's that fucking movie with Jonah Hill, Vince Vaughn, and some other pendejos, where like the whole alien movie. In Spanish, it was called Encuentros Cercanos del Otro Lado. There we go. It translates to Close Encounters from the Third Kind. But I'm pretty fucking sure there's at least a movie or a show that has been called that. So, yeah. They could have just called it La Mirada or some shit. Or just give it some clever fucking title. God damn it, Telefutura. You can't really fucking name your movies right. At least now they're being smart. Now whenever you go into like a fucking break, they show you like the movie poster. So if you're smart enough, you won't change the fucking channel before the commercial breaks. Because like I said, it shows you the movie poster and it says a stupid ass title in Spanish. So if you can recognize the movie poster, that's a plus. But back then, holy fuck, was it a nightmare to look for a movie. But that's where I'm gonna end it today, fuckers. Let me know what you think about those fucking titles that they give them in Spanish movies. Well, in English movies translated to Spanish. Has it happened to you before? Have you ever been sent to a Swedish porn site because you looked for a fucking movie that ended up not being called what you thought it was called? let me know. Oh, and Will, thanks for the support, dog. Catch you fuckers later.